Peace family. So I'm back with another one. Today what I wanted to do is I wanted to talk to my chosen ones about how they are all burnt out. A lot of these demons out here, a lot of these people who using the wrong playbook are burnt out. If you guys are actually paying attention to society and how people are operating in these stores, the people around you, the people you used to deal with, the new people that's trying to get in your space, you have to realize how burnt out a lot of these beings are. Like, I'm in a space now, and I know a lot of us get to that place to where we don't even get mad or frustrated anymore about engaging or being around some of these demonic burnt out beings. It's like, you should know now that it's only but so many times you're going to be able to run certain tactics on us. You know what I'm saying? Whether you know us personally or whether you don't know us personally, you're still using playbook tactics that other people was using out of the same playbook. So just because I don't know you and you using a tactic don't mean that I don't know that tactic. It's kind of like me playing football or basketball and then another team, I've never played them before, maybe it's AAU tournament, never played them before, but they're running similar plays that what I've seen before, so I already kind of know how to respond to the situation, you know what I'm saying, to the play, to the movements that's happening. And a lot of these bands just, for some reason, they feel like they are a lot smarter and wiser than us, which is mind-blowing to me. A lot of beings who follow that demonic playbook who are burnt out, they feel as though if they follow the system's structure that's built and then you don't follow that system structure, they make it feel as though, they want to make you feel as though you're lesser or you're dumber or not as knowledgeable because you didn't take those same steps as well either. You know what I mean? And in my world, that's retarded, because even when I was in school, I knew that if I wanted to go to college, I have to do 1, 2, 3, 4 in this school. I have to get these kind of grades, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then I can move on over here and I can follow these instructions to do this, that, and the third on what I'm being instructed to do. I'm not creating that space or that environment myself. You know what I mean? So it's actually a lot easier, and it's not anything wrong with following. You need followers in order to be a leader. You know what I'm saying? But you have to follow great leaders. You don't follow a demonic system and think that's how you become a great leader. Now, you can become a great leader in that mess because it's a bunch of demonic shit, and, you know, we formulate pressure make diamonds. That's us, you know what I mean? But just seeing how burnt out some of these people are, you know, just how they use the same tactics on us, how they engage with us the same way, they are still extremely frightful and fearful of even speaking their mind and just letting certain knowledge and information that they feel spew out, you know, that's more so on the up and up, and that could be helpful and useful. And for a lot of them, it's like, because of TikTok, I don't be on TikTok, but I know that's a big one everybody does use. I'm a YouTuber. I love YouTube. I watch people on YouTube. I like to be on YouTube. I do both when I got the time, you know what I mean? So, but understanding like the depths of their trauma and their drama that they've been through and how it's been created, and it's already molded them. It's already molded them. If you ever made clay structures, you only can work on it and mold it, but for so long before certain parts of the clay starts to mold in place. And you can still restructure and carve around it, but the blueprint, the base of it is already being formulated. A lot of these beings, their ingredients, their process, what they are as a being, as a character, has already been established. It has already been established. So a lot of people, they know themselves more than we assume that they do. And we feel as though they need the help, could use the help, want the help. But you got to understand, like, if they don't see the full use out of these $1,000 robots we got right here, and they still only watching bullshit and doing lollygagging things and entertainment things and not anything with any substance, then there's no room for them to grow. There's no room for them to elevate. They're only cycling the same toxicity that's already been formulated. And for most of them, they have to be in cahoots with the masses. Don't get fooled by the demons who say that they don't fuck with the system, because there's a lot of demons out here that'll try to trick you and make it seem like they don't fuck with the system. But they do. It's just certain parts about the system that they don't agree with, but they fuck with the system. You know, because you'll run into people that be like, oh yeah, I don't like the police. Oh yeah, I don't like the government. Oh yeah, I don't like shopping at these places. But then they got other things that they do that shows that they believe in the system. They believe in the powers that be that's in charge running everything right now. You know, it's no reason for us to still be catching backlash and not be getting no kind of push when you already been in a more productive, elevating space. You know what I mean? We all understand how social media works, and I guarantee you, you still don't have friends and family sharing any of your content or spreading your word and knowledge out of what you're trying to do or projecting outwardly. Some of these beings be so burnt out, man, it just be sad. Like, I went to a bar, and I only went to the bar to go holler at my bro for a second. I just went to go pick up some medicine. He was bouncing. That's what he do. I'm like, damn, he couldn't meet me because he working the door. So I'm like, all right, I can pull up on you real quick. I hadn't been to the bar in years. The bar is the same environment with the same people, all looking around each other, doing the same shit. It was such a burnt out environment, me going back to, that I couldn't figure out what the fuck I was doing in that space previously. Like, now I could see why, when I used to go to some of them environments when I was younger, why I said, like, oh yeah, I gotta be on everybody else's level to understand their vibrations when I'm in there. No, I didn't take any alcohol, no substances when I stopped by the bar to holler at my mans, but I still mingled with them for a little bit. And just kind of being in the old environment, seeing some of the old faces, it's like, bro, like, you still out here. Like, I left this shit alone like 15, 20 years ago. Like, occasionally I'll pop out by a lounge or a bar, and it be like on a special occasion. But a lot of these beings, they still live this way of life, you know. They still concerned on all the wrong material things. The thing is, with the material items, you should be focused on manifesting the material items you need after you get your substance right within. Get your substance right within, then focus on the outside exterior, because it's not anything wrong with getting a new car or a new house. You know what I'm saying? Like, it is something wrong with getting a new job, because you should be building your own shit, or you should be working for somebody else that you know. That's just how I feel about that part. I am in the build job fields. I got a couple different build jobs, because you don't get a big check from doing what I do in front of this camera. You know what I'm saying? If I wanted to kiss ass and suck toes, I could do it differently and get a much bigger bag. You know what I'm saying? But that's taking the burnt out road. You know what I'm saying? Like, even with my mini and some of her content she be watching and stuff, it's like, I could tell her not to watch some of these things, but I gotta put other things in place for her to understand the difference and to show her differently. You know what I'm saying? And then for most little ones, they replicate and they follow what we do as parents. You know what I'm saying? They look at us like superheroes. You know what I'm saying? So even though I don't see myself as a superhero, I know my mini does, because I know that's how I looked at my renters when I was little, before I understood that these motherfuckers ain't fuck with me. They was like on some deceptive superhero shit, you know what I mean? All I gotta do is put clothes on your back, a roof over your head, and food on the table. Other than that, you can kill yourself, sabotage yourself, do whatever else you gotta do to destroy yourself. I only gotta do those 3 things. That was my mom's statements we used to always hear. She didn't put all the other shit on there. I added the other stuff. I ain't gonna do her like that. But the 3 things that she used to always say was roof over your head, clothes on your back, food on the table. That's, in her world, that's all she had to do. So since she don't have to do that anymore, ever since all her little people got out the house, which was only her 3 boys, because she didn't even fuck with her daughter, which was the oldest, which is weird. That's kind of the process with the demons. You know, women are always in competition with each other, so they never gonna let their daughter outshine them. So I already understood that a long time ago, why my mom only moved the 3 boys down here and made it seem like she gave her daughter the option, when you know damn well she needed your energy as well too. You know what I mean? But it's a really burnt out phase. Like, it's only but so much you can do of communicating with people who are on a low vibration, meaning that they have no substance in their communication. Once you get past talking about, you know, the basic things that's happening, it's no more depth in there. So then you find yourself standing there or sitting there trying to figure out if you want to waste the time and energy to try to dive a little bit deeper and engage with them, or if you want to keep it on a shallow level, which most of us will just shut the fuck up before we keep talking about some shit that we don't care about. That's just the process. Like, especially once you already been in this space for a long time, because you done already tried all the other avenues, and you already understand that them avenues is not the ones that's gonna work for you during this wartime right now. This wartime right now is showing where a lot of people are at around us, where they signed up for. You know what I'm saying? The same person that was telling me about I should feel guilty about how I whooped their ass after they did some shit to me. It was like, bitch, you the same motherfucker that took the shot. You went and you was getting all that stuff in you, like, because they said do it. Not because you was just getting food and they manipulated the food to trick you to make you think that this was healthy for you and it wasn't. See, we deal with so much manipulation that we feel like it's okay and it's normal. Yes, there's two forms of manipulation. You got the creator, the good form of manipulating the environment, the universe, and people around you to uplift, to enlighten, to do things in a much more productive manner. But then you got the other destructive manipulation tactic, which we all connect manipulation to. But when you realize your powers and your abilities, you'll know that you can move people and environments the way you would like them to move. Now, it may not always happen on the time you want it to happen on, but you can move them around the way you like them to move. You know what I mean? But a lot of these beings gonna be burnt out. You know what I'm saying? They don't get stronger. They don't get more fight in them. They do not get more fight. You're not gonna see people saying, "Oh yeah, well, I was this way last year, and now I'm over here, and I'm like this year." It's like, no, that's not what they're gonna do. They're gonna be at the same place next year, and they're gonna have a few more complaints. That's their process, unless they done already sabotaged out. And some of them, if you see them elevating, that means that they're most likely sabotaging somebody else that's outside of your vicinity that you do not see. You know what I mean? One person tried to make it seem like, oh, when I was with you, I was always negative. It's like, bitch, you're negative. And when I'm in my own space, I'm Gucci. My own daughter is a reflection of it. We're gonna let them pass. When you have children, your little ones become a reflection of you. So my daughter is a reflection of my teachings and my way of life. So, no, I'm not perfect, and I never claim to be perfect. But I know as hard as I walk and as hard as I work in the way of life that I choose to live and follow, I know that it reflects a lot in my mini and my daughter. You know what I'm saying? And it should with all of us. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like the example of, I put my daughter next to a little fat child at the playground. I don't look at the fat child as in shame or approval. I look more at the parents, and I'm more disgusted with the parents, because the parents are the one buying the food to overload to make a Willy Wonka child. It's like you setting them up for failure because you feel like a piece of shit. So I always look at the parents in more disgust, because you don't have to buy the food to put in the house for them to get fat. And because you are sabotaging, you're gonna bring everybody else down with you, which means that the motherfucker was in that space before they had little ones, and decided, oh shit, well, since I'm in this space, I'm already projecting and reflecting it. Now let me put my little ones in this space as well too. You know what I'm saying? So now you giving them turmoil that they don't even need, that they gotta fight harder to work themselves out of, when they already gonna have their own obstacles. The system is beating everybody down outside the house. I don't care who you are. I don't care what color you are. If you in this Western society, the system is trying to whoop your ass underneath the ground, not in the ground. They trying to put you through. They want to figure out if this motherfucker is hollow or if it got a core of fire in there. You know what I mean? And most of us in this knowledge, we understand this shit is not no ball of water, and there is no hot ass core underneath ground. You know, that's why they don't even teach most of this shit no more. They keep rechanging the teachings, you know what I'm saying, and keep rewording the names. I didn't know what the fuck BBL was. That's just another word for plastic surgery. You know what I'm saying? Going under the needle, under the knife. I don't want to call it no BBL. No, I call it what it is. And nigga, you got plastic surgery? Nigga, you went under the knife? Because now you got guys going under the knife because they don't want to put the work in, because they already got the bag, so they don't have to. They just go up under the knife. And we already know that the women been going up under the knife. But you change the name, you change the word. A lot of us live in neighborhoods where the apartment complexes used to be this way. They start kicking people up, remodeling, up the price, and start moving different people in. Gentrifying, you know what I'm saying? It's when you look at what's going on now, it's the same way they redlined us out of all of our neighborhoods and slowly got all brown people into projects / the hoods. So you got to think about it. We already populated this land and was already trading with other places before the European culture came over with their witchy shit. And I just say European because that comes in many different shades. Most people like to put that shit on just white people. You giving white people too much power when you do that, when brown people was here first. So that means that we're really weak and ain't shit if you couldn't give them that much power. My spirit knows better. This isn't a color bias war. Yes, you have weaker vessels and weaker cultures. You have stronger vessels and stronger cultures. So we learn to play into each other's strengths and, you know, honor and respect each other and help each other in our weak areas. That's not the case over there. You start exposing your weak areas to these beings over here and they are going to thrash you. They're going to try to take you out. That's their job. You know what I mean? So just being aware that a lot of people will stay stuck in their cycle. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people that you try to go to for comfort will try to recycle regular generic information. A lot of them ain't got big enough spirits or energy to really give real push and real fight back to real cause, you know what I'm saying? So just being aware of these things, you know what I mean? If they not pushing God and the creator, then you should already know that they not walking that way of life and they don't plan on strengthening themselves. So the same way they're doing that demonic shit in repetition, getting strong over there, we gotta keep pushing God and the creator. That's how we getting stronger over here, you know what I'm saying? So if they not speaking on it, then I'ma speak on it. That's an easy way to start sifting out. It's almost like you blew and like the sea opened up. You didn't have to part the sea with something, you just blew. As soon as you say God, creator, they all start scattering, going all over the place like roaches with the lights on. It's like, all right, cool. And then you'll find one roach that lingers, that's still close to you, trying to listen and see, oh, what the fuck is they talking about? Everybody else ran, but you know, I'm that one is that different roach. Very seldom. You know what I'm saying? They gonna be in that same space and energy. You know, that's just how it is set up. And once we start understanding that, we can stop putting it all on, this is just a man problem, this is just a woman problem. No, it's a spiritual war, but it's a lot of things that we can learn, that man can learn about man. It's a lot of things that women can learn about women. But then you have to understand, which playbook are they using? I'm not gonna put a righteous woman in the same avenue as a demonic woman. I don't want to do that, and I'm not gonna do that. The only thing that confuses things is when you see policemen driving in fire trucks. If you see firefighters driving ambulances. If your vessel is the vehicle, then don't dress like a demonic whore. Stop talking about you exploring your sexuality. You have it, it's overexposed. You need to keep the shit at bay. Alright, because there's a lot of righteous men out here that already have enough battles to fight when they just leave their house and gotta see all this ass, titties, and curves all over the place. But then you got law and order in the back of your mind, special victim unit, thinking that, oh shit, let me shut the fuck up. I see women needing help at the grocery stores, I ain't helping. I see women need help on the roads, I ain't helping. I don't know who you hurt throughout the day, demon. So it's not like it's just a bunch of righteous women and then, you know, they just got a flat tire and they just need some help. Bitch, you could have done something extremely demonic to the last nigga you was talking to while your tire went out on you, and now I'm supposed to come over here and shortcut and help you and be like, oh man, they doing that for women. You right. Because y'all, it's too I'm just speaking as far as for me and the righteous, man. I'm not speaking for the demonic, man. Over here, we don't operate on that frequency. You know what I'm saying? That's the shit we warn against, why we take the numbers and the views and everything that comes with it this way. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't want to run up too long. Tapping everything down below. Peace and love to the kings and queens.